Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question reality. You get the Drake shake. Huh? Yo, is this real? Now, why does this look like AI? Don't it? Yo.
A cruise ship rocked by waves up to 40 feet, Quark Expeditions Ocean Explorer sailing.
Wait, it was real? I thought it was AI. Not gonna lie to you. That's crazy, the world we living in now. Like, I don't know the difference between AI and reality.
Through Drake Passage between the tip of South America and Antarctica. Passengers were tossed around, many struggling just to stay on their feet there.
We'll have Nico,
All
right.
separation,
So here's their speed.
engine ignition.
All right, 4,000 kilometers an hour, right? Kilometer, you see that. Now, guys, you tell me this, all right? You see how fast they're going. Now watch his hands. Watch his hands.
We've got a live view of
Watch
the
his hands.
crew on the vehicle at this moment, which is really cool.
How are you going to move your hands like that at 5,700 kilometers an hour?
Just about.
Tell me that.
I don't know, man. That's a good question. Wouldn't you be like, so is it just me, or does time feel like it's moving a lot faster nowadays? I don't know if time's actually moving faster, but I feel like time's registered by like our thoughts and our minds, and I feel like our thoughts are moving way faster than they used to. Like, that first image, you could be stuck thinking about one thing that happened that entire day, and that's the thing that you stuck thinking about all night. But in today's society, with cell phones and with everything that's going on, your mind's just got 1,000 thoughts going on constantly. So I feel like time is moving a lot faster now, and we're the reason. Make it make sense. Let's cut a motorway through the Amazon rainforest to build a center to talk about climate change. Did they make leaflets out of the trees saying, "Save the trees"? Crazy. Power lines through the Amazon. That's how it starts, y'all. That's how it starts. All of that's gonna be gone. It's gonna be a city one day.
Hey man, Happy New Year. Bro, New Year's was months ago. That's what they want you to think. What do you mean? The real New Year starts in the spring when everything wakes up. At least that's how it's always been until the Gregorian calendar messed everything up. So how did the Gregorian calendar mess things up? Pope Gregory introduced the Gregorian calendar not to keep time, but to remind folks when to pay taxes. That's why it's called calendar, because in ancient Rome, calends was the day that debts were recorded. Wait a minute. You're saying the calendar was built for taxes? Exactly. And the whole system got thrown off earlier when Julius Caesar and Augustus decided they wanted their own months. That's how we got July and August. Well, why is February so short? Because Augustus wanted his month to be just as long as Julius's, so he stole a day from February. So they reshuffled time to feed their egos. Here I thought they made February short because they were just racist towards Black History Month. But this makes more sense. And that's not even the craziest part. Have you ever noticed the months don't even truly line up to their names? Think about it. September, Septem, 7, but it's the 9th month. October, Octo, 8, but it's the 10th month. November means 9, but it's the 11th month. December, Deca, 10, but it's the 12th month. So they really out here just messing things up. If the calendar was actually accurate, we would have 13 months, not 12. But why 13? Because it follows the natural cycles of the moon's 28 days, which also corresponds to women's menstrual cycles. You see, ancient cultures had it right. They based their calendar based off the moon and the cosmos, not taxes. So every month would be 28 days. Exactly. And the first day of every month would always land on the same day of the week. So we're really just out here living in a system designed to confuse us. And now you see why they call it April Fool's Day.
dropping gems. How many of y'all knew that there was 13 28-day cycles in a year with one extra day? That day being April Fool's Day, apparently. Who knew? I think all the conspiracy realists knew.
So Morgan Wallen just abruptly left SNL. He left the SNL set. He was supposed to be performing. It was supposed to be a promo for his new album. And then he posted, not long thereafter, a photo of him back on the private jet. And he said, "Get me back to God's country." And people are outraged about this, saying that he's ungrateful and that how dare he do that. Like, they gave him the space to promote his album. And I just want to ask, can you guys look at the other side of things? Like, get me back to God's country.
Get me back to God's country? With everything that's on like SNL, it's like so demonic. So I can see why.
Maybe he saw something that he did not want to see. And if you have a problem with him leaving, if you are one of those people thinking, oh, this is so ungrateful, my question to you would be, did you not see Lady Gaga's skit on SNL? Did you not see that? Because Morgan Wallen posting "Get me back to God's country" makes a whole lot more sense after seeing that skit. Number one, it wasn't funny at all. There was nothing funny about it. And number two, it was very unacceptable. It was very dark. The symbolism is showing. There's no denying it. There's no hiding it. They try to put it right out there in your face. They are as clear about it as they could possibly be. It was literally the topic for the skit. It was the topic. The topic. It wasn't even inferred. So yeah, sorry, Team Morgan for me, because you couldn't bring me 10 feet near those people that find humor in that. It's not funny, it's not cute, it's not acceptable, and it's certainly not of God. Which is fine, like if that's not your thing, like that's your prerogative. However, those of us whose prerogative it is, we want nothing to do with it.
Why y'all think Keenan still look the same from the Nickelodeon days?
The Denver airport.
Ooh, yes, let's go.
They used to have these murals put up, but they have since taken it down because it got just way too much like, what the heck am I looking at? I'm just going to describe some of the things that were in these murals.
Oh, no.
Huge. This is terrible.
Okay.
This was in the airport.
Kids would have seen this.
Yes. Everyone would have seen this.
Got it. Okay.
Children in coffins.
I seen it.
Oh my gosh.
A forest and a city on fire. A child holding a Mayan tablet depicting the end of the world.
Nice.
What?
Wearing a gas mask.
What?
Okay.
Holding a sword that was stabbing a dove.
Not tasteful.
There's a mural of the children all over the world who had killed the Nazi, and they're bringing their weapons wrapped in their country's flag to a little German boy.
Why?
Who was at the center of it with a hammer.
What?
Can we just
like a
paint
hammer, like a communism?
Yeah.
When you tell these stories,
This is so terrible. But the one with the Nazi, it was showing like people that were like starving, and there was a woman holding her deceased baby.
Oh my gosh, this is
That's what I'm
horrible.
saying.
This is
Like, why
horrible.
is this in the airport?
You're in Colorado. Draw some mountains, buddy.
Yo. It's a real island, huh? It's like who at the top of the hill? Static out there. Lightning balls are crazy to me. Little plasma balls. Pause. Yo, I ain't never seen no living coral like that. If it was carved with laser, it wouldn't be that perfect. Alchemy, maybe? Hey, yo, am I bugging or is this lady's fingers growing longer on Teddy's shoulders? Wait a minute. Whoa. That was. Did y'all see that? Like her palm still was in the same spot. Fingers got longer. This house has been boarded up for at least the past 3 years. I always joke that it's a Fed house. Oh man, I didn't get to read it all. But they said the antennas just went up after 3 years, and that antenna has a lot of weird lights on it, don't it? What's really going on in that home? They actually talking and having a convo? Oh, wow. Secret life of pets in full effect. Like a legit convo. What you think they talking about? Taking over the world? I don't know, maybe. Secret evil cat plan.
She's living her life. You understand? You understand? She's living her life. You understand? But we control with good reason. Because over here, it's different than America. Free.
They control with good reason.
What we need is Alexandria's Royal Library, the largest collection of knowledge from the ancient world.
The library that burned down thousands of years ago?
Ah, so we have a history buff. And then of course you know that the fire was only a cover, a way to hide the library's most important secrets. Welcome to Serapeum 2, the Royal Library of Alexandria. The Lemurian section is down here, and this isn't all of it. The best stuff is stuck behind that door. They say it was locked by the Lemurians themselves. Lovely locks. It seems you're officially Lemurian. Nice one, Fisk. Just focus on the light, Fiskerton. Focus on the light.
Apparently there's a...
Yo. That's crazy. What if it is some spiritual stuff like that on how to access this library? I'm starting to think that this Alexandrian library that was burnt down with all the knowledge and all the books isn't as true as what we think it is. Like, just think about right now, right? Do you think there's one library in the world that has like all the books of the world, like all the knowledge? Like if it burned down, don't you think there would be other libraries as well that also have books?
Whistleblower that went on 4chan recently, a couple weeks ago, and he's like, they found in this cave in Antarctica this egg-shaped UFO looking thing, which that's what we talked about a week ago. And apparently after this came out, it gave this one guy the courage to disclose the stuff that they found in Antarctica, supposedly, of this same egg-shaped UFO that they found. But what's also strange is we talked about the hieroglyphics that a lot of people reported seeing on these UFOs. Same thing happened with this UFO. Also, there's like a weird sarcophagus, very similar to the one that we talked about in Russia where that lady was in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first picture, some of it looks almost like Hebrew. Yeah. That looks just like that letter in Hebrew. Apparently, they're calling him an alien, a tall, Nordic, very pale skin, long blonde hair, 7-8 feet tall, was in that sarcophagus, woke up, and was conversing with them.
Rule number 32,
What?
sit with yourself in silence and you can access the in-game settings. From here, you can change the graphics, the resolution, and adjust your controller sensitivity. The default settings will not get you very far.
With me just traveling to the Bahamas, being in different time zones, I noticed that something is wrong with the Midwest. And with me going to the Bahamas, it let me know that I don't know where the fuck we at when it comes to the Midwest. So peep this. It's no reason why I can go to Cali, get burnt, right? Vitamin D, all that, right? Sun is up here, California. You go to Florida, sun up there till you get just as burnt as in California. Meanwhile, Midwest, we gotta be down here somewhere. We gotta be like in a pit or something, because there's no way that you can literally get the real sun in the West and in the East, but there ain't no sun in the middle. So that lets me know we're not on this. Yeah, we live in a plain, but Midwest is deep. It's down. Because if the sun is like this, right? The sun is going over here, the sun is going over there. Where the fuck is far from us? We is in a fucking pit by being in this Midwest. And what I noticed about being in Florida, time moves so fucking slow out there. Even though they're ahead of the game, it's gonna be a whole new day before it is any other place. But time moves so fucking slow, and especially in the Bahamas. But yet in the Midwest, California, you already 2 hours behind. What the fuck, y'all? We in a pit, Midwest.
Yo, are we in a pit or a valley or something?
Does anybody else think it's really kind of strange that, like, during the pandemic, all the essential workers had to keep going to work because we were considered essential to the functioning of society? These are the people who, for society to function, have to keep going to work. And yet, none of those people are people who make over $100,000 a year. Anybody else think that's really fucking weird? That all the people who are absolutely necessary for the survival of the entire country, in order for anything to keep going, none of the people who are 100% absolutely necessary for the functioning of our...
You know, that don't make sense, do it?
Hell yeah. Roll the clip. We all remember.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
We starting to believe him, Shannon, cause what the fuck was that goddamn interview, G? You starting to interview lame ass, goofy ass niggas.
Hey man, I think Mr. Shay Shay, he's one of them people. He one of them ones, man. They gotta. I think Tyrese was on his podcast one time asking him, "How you get this show? Out of all the people, how you get it? Why your number is so high?"
Man, I wish you would have got it on video though. Me breaking it, because I was just breaking it, and then again.
Yo.
That's literally all metal.
All
right
metal.
there.
Look like she could have got her intestines could have probably been cut. Right?
This shit's fucking crazy.
That is so crazy.
Literally almost gave this to our 3-year-old daughter.
Let me keep scooping.
And there's the
Let me
more
keep
we go in
scooping.
there, the more metal we find.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
Let's see.
I don't like ice cream anyway, y'all. I really don't.
Is that more metal or hair?
Hair?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Let's see. Look! I just scooped that.
What the?
I just scooped that out of the middle of the ice cream. Brand new ice cream.
This shit's crazy.
But if you know a woman is very promiscuous, you know her when she was out there and she was hoeing. You know her, and now she's conscious. And now she's conscious.
You know her.
Is she conscious and she used to be a hoe? Run to her. She's the most sacred shit out here. And if you was able to get a hold of some of it, you got something. Now, I had that experience that happened in the early 90s, and I'm going to tell you something. That's the most powerful shit on the planet. We're going to go into that one. That's why the Bible has to shut that down. There's a book called Sexy Witch. Sexy Witch. Can't think of the woman's name, but write it down because you only need the thing. In the whole first chapter, they go into how men and the church shut down the women by telling them that their virtue, you see what I'm saying, is to be obedient to them and to be discreet. You see what I'm saying? Based on these virtues, that's the highest level. You see what I'm saying? And it's a whole system that's put down to put women in slavery. And it's put down to stop the most powerful and only force there is for transformation. That feminine, raw energy.
Wait, what am I looking at here? His foot? I'm lost. Y'all let me know. I'm lost. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I don't know what he looking at either. What was we looking at? I don't know.
The whole media is controlled by a few corporations thanks to deregulation by the FCC.
You mean Disney, Fox, Westinghouse, and good old GE?
They own networks from CBS to CNBC.
They can use them to say whatever they please and put down the opinions of anyone who disagrees.
Or stuff about PCBs.
What are PCBs?
They come from electric power plants built by Westinghouse and GE.
They can give you lots of cancer that can hurt your body.
But on network TV, you rarely hear anything bad about the nuclear industry.
Like when Westinghouse was sued for fraud.
Which time?
When GE made defective bolts, it was an unreported crime. Or when it was boycotted for operating nuclear bomb plants just to squeeze a dime.
That's a footnote, by the way.
A footnote protects you from folks who doubt what you say. Now maybe the voices in my head will go away.
But the big shots don't care. They're all sitting
So this
pretty
is
thanks to
SNL?
corporate.
This is SNL. How long did it air? One time and then they took it down? Wow. I wonder who was the person that made the phone call to say, take this down.
Right.
I wonder who that was. And what do they fear? That people are not going to see this? That people are not going to learn about it? I guess maybe they didn't for God knows how many years till now it's like going viral on social. It's unbelievable.
I never seen that before, but that's wild. Supposedly a UFO fell. They were making sure no cars came through this street. Y'all think it was a UFO? What y'all think really happened? I don't know.
So, for example, do you have a driver's license? If it expires, do you renew it? If you don't and you get stopped, then what happens?
Yeah, I would say you want to get rid of it. Now, but again, we're not telling people how to live their lives, but if you want to be completely free and not be acting on behalf of the state, because that's essentially what they do. They get you to get a driver's license, and they're saying you're driving, but the definition of driving is actually in commerce. So you have to be acting in commerce for that driver's license, right? Regardless, what we do is we help people set up their IDP, International Driver's Permit. You buy insurance, non-owners insurance and policies. You have your trust, the car. It's a vehicle, motor vehicle department. It's not the motor auto department, right? Think of words, mean things. So, but that automobile that you're operating, that you're traveling in as a free individual, you're actually operating on behalf of the trust. And that's why, like, I've been operating and living my life in trust for many years.
Dugway starts to develop
what it calls biological warfare agents in a range of extreme programs that run from the apocalyptic to the absurd.
They're developing anthrax, dirty bombs, radioactive fallout. All the most dastardly things you can imagine are being created here at Dugway.
But one spring morning in 1968, disaster strikes. And the locals awake to a scene straight out of a horror movie.
Farmers find their livestock dead or dying in the fields. An aircraft malfunctioned, dropping its load at the wrong altitude. 320 gallons of VX nerve gas is...
It malfunctioned? Nah, man, that was an experiment, yo. I feel like that was purposely done. For entertainment purposes only.
spread by the wind over local ranches.
VX nerve agent is a terrifying thing. A few milliliters in gaseous form can kill a grown man.
Imagine what it would have done if it got to Salt Lake City, which is only 80 miles away.
That's what they was testing.
And we all know about Seneca Village. Why the hell I just found out Disney World? That was a whole goddamn town of black folks too. What the fuck?
You know what's crazy is I kind of believe that too because I had went to Disney World, right? I think that's the one in Florida, whichever one's in Florida. And I'm just traveling through there and I'm just like, I'm seeing these old hut type houses, right? But then like a couple blocks away, it's like really nice and it's like Disney World. So I started thinking, Disney has all this land down here. It's a lot of land. What was here before Disney? Or what did they take? You know what I'm saying? What are they trying to cover up?
Okay, this is unacceptable. Hold on a second. Tell me what you just told me.
Our school spent $80,000 on yonder pouches, and literally last year...
What's a yonder pouch?
A yonder pouch, it traps your phone in it, so you can't take it out. It's like a magnet.
Okay, so they spent $80,000 on those, and then tell me what you just told me about the cafeteria.
So basically, I don't even know how they could afford that, because last year we ran out of food. Like, literally, for a week straight, we had baked potatoes at the end of the school year with cheese, and that was it. That was your lunch. And now this year, the only thing that they've been giving us is mozzarella sticks, and that's it. Like, you can't get anything else. Like, we're running out of food.
Is there snacks, or?
No.
No snacks at all?
No. That's it. Like apples, that's it.
Wait, so she only gets cheese sticks, mozzarella cheese sticks? That would be crazy. If, like, the whole school just got cheese sticks every day. But I'm like all for the yonder pouches in school, right? Like, because phones and these children, it's on a whole nother level, yo. We didn't have, like, we had cell phones, but like I said before in earlier videos, we only use those to look cool or to get somebody's number. Otherwise, we wasn't on our phones like that, right? It was like clipped to our side. It was just a showpiece. It wasn't really like I'm on it and I'm constantly doing things. So it's way different now, especially in the school system. So I'm all for them getting rid of the phones in the schools. But what's going on with these lunches? Like, they really need to talk about the budgets in a lot of schools because we're Elon out for the budget for these schools, right?
To give you an idea of how close we are to the edge, that's our crab pot, and right back there is my tent. This right here is loose moving ice. You can see it, it's actually drifting right there. Other than the ice breaking underneath me and drifting off to sea, my only other real concern is polar bears. Normally the polar bears don't come around Nome until the ice breaks up. And that usually doesn't happen until April, but you know, the ice is breaking up, so you know, I'm sure there won't be any polar bears. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's see how we're doing in here. I'm gonna borrow some of this foam from John. Give me something to sit on. This right.
Yo, that styrofoam, we like rubbing next to each other sent chills down my whole body. Yo, I don't know what that is. It's like scratching a chalkboard.
Here is a titanium wood stove. It weighs about 1.5 pounds.
Need to give me a little titanium wood stove.
Oh, so when the fuck we gonna tell older people that this emoji is not a fucking sad emoji?
Man, get these kids on somewhere, man.
Old people.
What's wrong with the youth, man?
Let's talk about this earthquake that could destroy all of California. We're calling it the big one. They're saying cascading subjection zone about to go off.
Really?
When it goes off, it will be a 9.0 or higher.
Oh my gosh.
4 minutes of continuous shaking.
Dude, that's just destroying a whole city.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. In 1994, the LA earthquake that happened,
Yeah.
that was a 6.7 magnitude, but it caused over $50 billion in damage. It destroyed LA.
Dude, a 9.0 is thousands of deaths.
Animals would be able to pick up on it 90 seconds before it happened. Massive tsunamis, because it's in the ocean. People along the west coast, they would have about 10 to 30 minutes to reach higher elevation before this giant wall of water just came.
That's so terrifying.
They're saying the one plate, instead of it like getting bound up, it's literally folding over on itself.
Oh no.
So it's gonna
basically-
crash.
So it'll just be like a big pow.
Oh my gosh.
So it's literally
dude.
just like building all this tension.
It's called potential energy, and then when it moves, it's kinetic.
Einstein.
Rules me and my.
They keep giving us like movies and shows that kind of spook us into something like that happening too, you know, with huge giant waves. What was it, Paradise? That was just out recently. And they had these huge waves that happened from something happening in the ocean or in Antarctica.
My older sister had that my younger brother and sister did not have.
Yo. Yeah, he seen it. I seen it too.
They will be signs. Just gotta look for them, but they'll be there.
Oh, so you thought what was discovered under the Great Pyramids was a one-off thing and we were going to be done with it? Well, guess again, because what was just discovered under Angkor Wat in Cambodia might just blow your minds. And if you guessed the exact same structures that are underneath the pyramids, well then you guessed correctly. Because yes, these scans have indicated the exact same type structures underneath Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Now, here's the thing. Some suppressed scripts have been translated stating that Angkor Wat was never built for religious purposes. It was in fact grown by an advanced race known as the Star Kings. We're not going to go into that in this video, but here's the other thing. It also states that Angkor Wat is one of 4 world engine sites. One of 4 meaning Angkor Wat, the Great Pyramids, Teotihuacan, and a site that's submerged under the coast of India. Off the coast of India. Now, these world engines were meant to ignite during a cosmic alignment, therefore opening a world portal to what is below. I don't know what's below, but I think that's fantastic. Now, these also were supposed to allow everlasting world energy throughout our entire world, as well as transportation and healing. So I find this to be absolutely fantastic news because I believe in the days to come, or at least the months to come, we're going to find out that all these religious sites aren't religious sites, but they're portals. Portals to something beyond our own thought process. Now, tell me what you think. Have you heard this? Drop it in the comments. Remember, I'm not here to tell you to believe one thing or the other, so leave what you will, take what you want. It's up to you. And anything we talk about is for entertainment, education, and learning purposes only, but I want to know what you think because I think a lot of you skepticals are going to be believers soon.
So like, what's crazy to me is we just are getting news that they're finding these subterranean, is that the word I'm using? I'm trying to use these things underneath the pyramids and under Angkor Wat, right? So now they have all the definition they need. Oh, we just found this, and this is exactly why it's there, and this is what it's used for, and this is why. And in the ancient times, it was built like this because such and such said this, and it was built for this person, actually. How do y'all even know all of this stuff, right? I wonder what's underneath the pyramids in Central America, right? There's pyramids there too, or anywhere else in the world. because he's saying that there was 4 energy centers. What if there was more? What if these coils are used to store energy underneath these like structures? And what if these structures are meant to harness the energy? And that's what's energizing the world. I don't know. It's a lot to question.
Cause I'm not waiting on you all day, bro. All right, bet. I'm about to leave right now. All right.
Y'all don't understand. Hey, I'm a geek. I don't need no fan. Hey.
Damn, no. Go. Come on.
This is crazy, man. We did all of this as kids.
Bro, hold on, dog. I just got it. Chill. You stripping.
Literally all of this, walking up and down the street with a basketball, waiting for the next basketball rim that we see.
Let's say, even a 1/2 of 1% chance. Woah Vicky is being held against her will, which is what a lot of people online are commenting and saying. A lot of people are saying this, hundreds, maybe thousands. Let's say there's a 1/2 of 1% chance she is. Who's gonna help her? The mom seemingly already tried to help her. I don't know what came of that. Vicky is sitting there in the car with the guy, and he's saying, "Send me money, I need my money."
I'm gonna send it to my papa. Alright, send it. Take my picture. Take my video if you want. She's not coming back to the state if nobody.
Again, not laughing, and he specifically says this is not laughing matter. So it does, the public record contradicts itself. Is it a prank? Is it not? Are we laughing at it or not? You tell me, because here's 2 separate pieces of evidence saying something different. There's more evidence. There's more evidence in the public record of someone checking in on Vicky. She's sitting there on the phone, and a person with sounds like an American accent, a man with an American accent from the sounds of things. There's no context here. It's just compilations, weird clip out of context, but someone's asking her. And so are you being held against your will? And sitting right there with her is brother, father, husband.
Okay. And your friends received information yesterday that you're being held against your will. Is that the case?
No, that's not the case.
Tell them it's fake.
It's a joke.
So again, I'm renewing my question. If she were being held against her will, was she really in the position to say, yep, the guy's sitting right there? Which brings more evidence into the picture of there's bruises all over the woman all the time. There's videos of her with bruises on her head. There's videos with bruises on her shoulders. There's evidence that, there's bruises, I'll say. So again, let's say there's a 1/2 of a 1% chance. Again, I don't know. 1/2 of 1% chance that maybe she's being held against her will in some way for ransom or for otherwise. Was she really in a position to say to whoever that was on the phone, yeah, I'm in another country with the person who's my brother, father, husband, who I married on screen. There's other weird stuff. Okay. The videos that have been posted of her do not seem like normal content creator vlogger videos. First of all, she's constantly being coached on what to say. Constantly. At the beginning of these videos, you hear somebody saying, go, as in start the video now.
Right.
How far now?
Go.
How far, guys, are they Legos? This one, they're Fashion Nova.
Go.
How far, guys, are they Legos? This one, they're Fashion Nova.
Right, go.
How far, guys, are they Legos? This one, they're Fashion Nova. Are they Legos? This one, are Fashion Nova.
Yeah. Go.
How far, guys, are they Legos?
Many of these videos, she's surrounded by nothing but men, which is in and of itself fine. There's nothing really wrong with that, but it's unclear to me what she's doing in Nigeria, because this guy, it's like, is it a prank? Is it not? Is she married to this guy? Who is this guy? What's going on here? It's not like there's a video like, meet my fiance. It's like, who is he? Who are all these people? She's like with different guys too in different videos. So it's like sometimes she's holding hands with a different guy. Sometimes she's holding 2 people's hands. There's a very alarming video. And really, this right here is the video that made me kind of want to do this whole thing. It's dark. It's dark. And she's surrounded by nothing but men. They're all speaking, I don't know. I'm assuming Swahili, I don't know. There's maybe 2 women or 1 other woman there, and they're in a house. Somebody has to unlock the door.
We at people them house. People them house.
She was earlier in that same compilation holding this aloe bag, which I assume is her like overnight bag or whatever. But in this specific video in the dark, in this, she calls it a trap house. I mean, she calls it this the trap.
Okay.
This the trap.
So
This where they sleep?
So, I mean, that's ambiguous in and of itself, but let's just, say she means it's like, haha, it looks like a trap house, which I mean, I haven't been to many, okay, but it kind of looks like what I would imagine. Like, up on the wall, it says rest in peace. There's like names of people with numbers under it that I don't know as it ages, I don't know. The person is saying that they sleep here, and look, I'm not about to like, shame somebody. If that's somebody's house, that's great and fine, but why does it say rest in peace on the wall? I mean, I'm just wondering. She's like, where's the bathroom? Where do you cook? Whatever. The guy brings out a pot, looks like a cooking pot. He said we poop in this pot.
Where's the bathroom?
Outside. There's a hole.
Oh my God.
No, he's gonna
Okay, he's gonna show us.
Sufuria.
Yeah. Sufuria, yo.
Dish. Sufuria. Afternoon, we go there to cook food. After finish, I wash. I come to put here. Don't people, he will get to kill.
In and of itself, none of these individual things are like cause for alarm, but just the whole vibe of the video. I mean, you can look at the comments. You can look at the comments of this video and people are like, what is this? What even is this content? What is it? She doesn't say in the video why she's there. Like, I make travel content. I say, I'm going to the XYZ. We're going to this museum where this is how people live. And if y'all are judging you wrong for it or whatever. No one says any of that. Actually, off camera, Woah Vicky herself seems a little concerned. She's like, you're telling me they actually sleep on the cardboard in this house?
Yo, do they really sleep on that cardboard? I think they do. Oh.
And then her, I guess handler is what some people are calling this woman. I don't know. Maybe they're best friends. I really don't know. She's like, oh yeah, but they put a blanket down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But she said she put something down, like a foam or something.
Yeah, they go to bring another house there.
At one point, Woah Vicky says, can we leave?
Can we go?
Let's go.
She ain't holding her bag no more, somebody else is holding it. And then there's this very ominous, in my opinion, part where she asks to go outside and look at something, I guess the bathroom, something, I don't know. And when they're coming back, we'll pause it right here. There's a glance downward, and you can see Woah Vicky's hands. And she's not holding hands with this person, no. And it doesn't appear to be the same brother, father, husband. It appears to be somebody else. They're holding their wrists like this. And again, I renew my question. If she were to want to leave this situation at this house in the pitch black dark, somebody closed the gate real fast behind them too. Somebody got her bag on their shoulder and she's being held like this on her wrist. If there's a 0.5% chance, maybe she wants to leave. Maybe she's not having the greatest time. I mean, in the video she says, can we leave? So let's say she wanted to leave and they said no. Could she leave? I mean, it's given Britney Spears on the red carpet with that Jeff Raymond guy. Speaking of Britney Spears, don't you remember her proof of life video? All is well. I just need some time to take care of my dad. To take care of her dad, who was her conservator. She was so unwell she couldn't take care of herself or sign contracts, but now she's going to take care of him.
Just checking in with all of you who are concerned about me. All is well. My family has been going through a lot of stress and anxiety lately, so I just needed time to deal. But don't worry, I'll be back very soon.
For like a year after Britney Spears made that video, people just ignored every sign. Every sign. Not everybody. A lot of people were like, nope, something's wrong. But Britney Spears later came out and said she was forced to make that video. Ma'am, I lied, is what she told the judge. It was a lie. You know who else made a video like that? Bam Margera. I'm here with my guardian. We've been through a year of war.
This is Bam Margera here with my former guardian.
Yo, that's Bam? Bam from Jackass? That don't even look like Bam. Yo, I didn't know they had got Bam too like that. Dang. Yo, them conservatorship things. Whoever made that a real thing.
Guardian Lima, and I wanted to thank her so much for over a year of war. We've been through thick and thin together, and without her, I don't know where I'd be, but I can't thank her enough, and thanks so much.
You're welcome. Staying sober.
Remember that? Then remember later on he said he was forced, threatened, coerced, whatever he said, to make that video?
This is Bam Margera here with my former guardian Lima, and I wanted to thank her so much for over a year of war. We've been through thick and thin together.
War is true.
Without her,
Could you explain that? Because as soon as you said war, her whole demeanor changed. She took her hand off her hip, her eyebrows furrowed. She got real pissed when you said that. I did a whole analysis on my channel of her body language.
This is what the war is.
Picture if I told you.
Why'd you thank her for that award?
Because she made me.
That little 125-pound lady?
Do you know how awkward?
Because this is what people are saying when I say this. She's obviously.
Wait. She said the little 125-pound lady. It's not a physical thing. Like I'm sure if Bam physically wanted to get out of this situation, he could. But what good is that going to do him? Throw him back in another situation? So it's more than just that.
Holding him hostage, people are like, you're insane.
Because she's such a professional at being so nice and making sure that.
So then it's like, all right, so if that's already happened twice with like A-list high-profile celebrities, couldn't it be the case that Woah Vicky was perhaps, I don't know what happened, okay? But couldn't it be the case that Woah Vicky was perhaps also forced to make this video? Because if you type in Woah Vicky Nigeria, it's pages. Why did she fake her own thing? They're threatening her with prosecution. Why did she fake this? She could go to jail. She could be charged criminally. Then there's all this other stuff. People are saying, wear red in the next video if you are being, against your will or something. She's wearing red. They're saying make the peace sign. Here she is making a peace sign, cutting her hair. And so it's like giving Britney Spears a Zeus network, if you ask me. And then recently her TikTok account has been posting these videos. This one I just told y'all about in the dark.
He just walks right in on her appointment and puts his hand out, and she knows what to do right away. He doesn't even have to say anything, and his face is just so serious. He does what he does, and he hands her phone back to her, and she doesn't even get back on. She doesn't look, nothing. She's just like, this is pointless. They are constantly monitoring her and what she does. She has no control over her own phone.
There's other videos of her just kind of being silent on live. There's obvious proof that she's being told what to say, what to do. There's this first white Nigerian rapper video right here, which is funny and, whatever. Again, she could be in on this whole thing, okay? I don't know. But somebody claiming to speak, whatever this language is, I suppose Swahili, I'm not really sure, is saying they're translating the first Nigerian white rapper thing, and it's like the first line is, "How's it going? I'm in Nigeria. Bring money."
How far now? Are they in Nigeria? Are they?
It's good.
Yeah, we'll go something like this.
C'est Kaokudi. Kaokudi. Kaokudi.
Kawakudi.
Which, okay, fine. Even if you just listen to what it sounds like in English, it literally sounds like she's saying, help her now. She's in danger.
Y'all, you think Woah Vicky is in danger? I mean, with that analysis, it kind of seems like it. Kind of seems like she's over there in Nigeria and doesn't really know how to get away from Nigeria. Like, imagine going there, you and your friend, right? And then somehow you get snatched up in a way. And your friend's nowhere around, and it's just you around all these foreigners. And they just start making you do stuff. And then you try to leave, and they're like, nah. And you can't call nobody because they're probably just, mess you up. So now you're just in a messed up position. I don't know, man. Nigeria is wild. It's a lot of stuff that be going on in Nigeria nowadays. So you got to be safe out here. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.